What do you do when you hit the wall? Yes, sir. What do you do when you hit the wall? What do you do when you hit the wall? My brothers and sisters, distance runners, those who run marathons, especially those who run a distance like a 26-mile marathon, run into a thing called hitting the wall. It doesn't happen to every runner, it doesn't happen to every athlete, but to certain ones, when they get to about that 20th mile, their body comes to this thing where it's called hitting the wall. Anybody ever heard of hitting the wall? Anybody ever heard of hitting the wall? Good. If you've never heard of hitting the wall, let me be the very first one to introduce hitting the wall to you. Now, some of you may have hit the wall accidentally. Lights were out and you walking, trying to go from the bed to the washroom, and you just hit the wall. Come on, talk to me here if you can. Or you weren't paying much attention. You were walking and texting on the phone and not looking up, and you just hit the wall. I'm not talking about a wall that you hit physically, but there's this invisible wall where a runner runs, and when they get to that 20th mile, their legs become numb, their muscles lock up, they lose all of their energy, and it feels as if an elephant jumps on their back and they just can't move. They're at the finish line but can't finish the race because they hit a wall. Cyclists, those who ride a bicycle, call it a bunker when their legs become numb after they have cycled on the bike for so long, their body just shuts down. I wonder, have you ever got to the place in life where it seemed as if your body just shut down? Have you found yourself just running and running and running week after week, day after day, month after month, not getting enough rest, and then all of a sudden your body just shuts down? Have you ever found yourself in the middle of the day, you got little sleep that night before, and you found yourself at the red light dozing off because your body is tired and shutting down? Have you ever been in an important meeting and you were so tired that while you're sitting in a meeting or you're on your job, you find yourself just shutting down? Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there where you've had it in your life where you had some situations where you just shut down? And so, my brothers and sisters, I want to ask you the question, what do you do? What do you do when you hit the wall? I need to talk to somebody here today because you're saying, preacher, you're in my seat already because I walked in the door because I feel like I'm already hitting the wall. Am I talking to anybody in the house, or am I preaching by myself? And so I needed to help somebody because the choir has already helped us with this message when they sang the song, It's Only a Test. Because you got to discover, thank you, Reverend Gator, that some walls that you run into are not designed to knock you down, but some walls are designed to make you stronger. Will you help me preach this morning and say, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting stronger? Simply because I ran into a wall does not mean that I stopped. Sometimes when you run through a wall, it means that you got to just run straight through that wall. Come on, I wish I had some wall busters in the house. Would you touch somebody and tell them I'm a wall buster? And so there are a couple of things you need to discover. First of all, that walls are not designed to hold you up, but sometimes walls are designed as a test. Sometimes we got to go through some walls in order to get to our promised land. Okay, y'all not feeling me? I understand why you're not feeling me, because you can't understand how can a wall be a test? How can a wall in your life be designed to keep you from your blessing? How is it that a wall can separate you from what God has on the other side of you? I'm glad you asked, because y'all asked some good questions here at Bethlehem Star. You all are Bible readers, and so let me have your sanctified imagination. You remember the children of Israel and how God promised that he would give them the promised land, but they had to go through Jericho wall. I ain't got nobody here yet. And in order to get to the wall, they had to march around that wall every day for 6 days, one time a day. But on that seventh day, they were to march around the wall 7 times and not say a word. I ain't got nobody here. On Monday, they would march around the wall 1 time and not say anything. Tuesday come, they were to march around the wall and not say anything. Wednesday would come, they were to march around the wall and not say anything. Thursday, Friday would come, they were to march around the wall and not say anything. Saturday came, they were to march around the wall and not say a word. Come on and go with me here. Can you imagine having some members of Bethlehem Star marching around the wall? They've been like, Rev done lost this man. I'm sick and tired getting up every morning, got to march around the wall, and he don't want us to say nothing. That's the reason why God instructed them not to say nothing, because you were going to have some folk getting up, start complaining about this don't make no sense. Why we got to march around the wall? Why we got to give in the Nehemiah? Why we got to help the children in our community? March around the wall and don't say anything. But on that 7th day, they were to march around the wall 7 times. And after the end of the 7th time, the only thing they were supposed to do was open their mouth and make a great noise unto the Lord. I'm wondering if anybody got enough faith that you believe that God will knock down some walls in your life if you would open up your mouth and just give God a praise. Are there any praisers in the house? Come on, open your mouth and shabak the Lord with your praise. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Now, that was pretty good for me. But I said, anybody know that God will bring some walls down in your life? Anybody got some financial walls you need God to bring down? Anybody tired of living from paycheck to paycheck? Come on and open your mouth and shabak the Lord one more time and tell the Lord, thank you. All right, we got to go. Y'all ain't ready for me. Y'all ain't ready for me. You're not ready for me. Are you ready? Here we go. And so here we go. And so it's a powerful text, because I needed somebody to come along with me to Bethlehem Star. I knew I was coming to Bethlehem Star, and when you come to Bethlehem Star, you can't play, because we got some Bible readers in here. We got some people that need a word from the Lord, and so you got to come correct when you stand up here at Bethlehem Star. It's a word church, and the people want the word, and so let me give you the word. Here it is. It's a powerful text in Mark chapter 9. You can also find it in Matthew chapter 17, where a father comes looking for Jesus. He comes looking for Jesus on behalf of his son. It's a powerful text, because I can relate to this text, because heard of a young lady who was only 14 years of age who was shot and killed this week over Facebook. And my brothers and sisters, Bethlehem Star family and friends, I don't know how you feel about it, but it breaks my heart to hear about a 14-year-old killed over a boy. Come on, help me if you can. Not only is her life taken and the family life is messed up, but the young lady who pulled the trigger, life is messed up as well. It's disturbing when we think about our families, because our family structure is not like it used to be. Come on, we were raised on it takes a village to raise a child. And I know we don't like talking about it, but I'm here, and y'all know I'm RW3. I'm going to tell it like a TI is. I got to bring it correct. Come on, talk to me if you can. We don't like talking about the family structure, but there's something wrong with our family structure. I wish I could help somebody here today, because it's a sad thing when a young lady put a gun to another young lady head and the gun jams. They give the gun to some other people who unjam the gun, pass the gun back and say, kill all of them. Something wrong with our society when we can see people fighting in the street, and before we break it up, we'll pull out our phones so that we can record it and shout out, "World Star, World Star, World Star." What's wrong with our society? When we don't have enough value for other people's life, that we think nothing about killing somebody because we think it's cute. My brothers and my sister, the father comes because his son is jacked up. I need to help some parents, because before you give up on your child, know that there's some help for your boy and there's some help for your little girl. I know it seems as if when they turn into their teens that they become terrible, and it seems as if you can't do anything with them. And let me push the pause button long enough to say, remember when you were a teen and how you used to act? Don't forget, and don't pretend as if you weren't a teen yourself. And so we got to learn how to be patient with our young people. That's why it's my prayer today that we get some people who will say, "Preacher, you were talking to me today, and I want to work with the young people. I want to work with the young people between the ages of 13 and 21. I want to work with the young people at the church and in the community. We need some volunteers or some people who say, count me in, because somebody has to work with our young people. Somebody has to mentor our young." Everybody talk about how bad it is, but who's doing something about it? We talk about, oh, how sad it is. But can I tell you, just like it happened to them on today, it can happen to any one of us on tomorrow. And just like we would want somebody to help us in our crisis, we ought to help others before a crisis happened to us. Preach, RW3. I am. Y'all just looking at me. So here it is. The father comes looking for Jesus because his son is jacked up. You read the text. His son was a young boy who had a dumb spirit. That means he had a demonic spirit inside of him that wouldn't let him talk and wouldn't let him hear. Y'all just missed that thing. That's what happened to our young people. Demonic spirits get in them where they can't hear and they can't talk. What up, though? What up? What's up, though, man? What up? Anytime they start to say, you know what I'm saying? No, you ain't said nothing yet. Talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then they got to do the hand. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, it's got. I ain't going out like that. You know what I'm saying, man? I ain't gonna have them talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? No, homie. I don't know what you said yet, man, because you haven't given me 2 sentences. And we think it's cute. We think it's